Hi, today we're going to be talking about how to maintain your engine. So the car that we're using is a 2011 Toyota Camry. Last week we talked about types of engines. So today we're going to be using a 4-cylinder car, and we're going to show you guys how you can save your gas. Fuel economy is very important. If you want the car to be running the way the manufacturers has set it for it to run, that means you got to keep up with all the maintenance. We're going to show you guys how to do that and what stuff to change to tweak a little bit of the fuel economy. Okay, so what we have right now is a 4-cylinder Toyota Camry. So we take this cover off, okay, and then you got the 4 cylinders here. So we start from the front of the engine. So cylinder number 1, 2, 3, 4, and those are your coils, ignition coils. So for each cylinder there is one coil, and inside those coils they have a spark plug. We're going to show you guys how to look at those. So you take this cover off, that's a 10 mil socket we're using here. So you take the cover out. This is your ignition coil. This is what it looks like. And we got to take the spark plug out. For that, you need your spark plug socket and a ratchet here. So we're gonna, just suggestion, if the car is been running and it's hot, you don't want to take the spark plugs because it's aluminum head. You can warp the head if you take so you have to let it cool down a little bit. You don't want to take it when the engine is hot. And always when you're working on the engine, try to make sure you don't have any chain or anything loose. That way you don't get caught up with all this stuff, you know. So this is the spark plug on this car. It had better days. You could tell, like, just looking at the spark plug, it could tell you a lot of stuff about the engine itself. Like when you see it dark like that, that means it's been running too rich. Too much gas is going in. Maybe his air filter is plugged in. We're gonna see that too. So this is the spark plug. So in each coil there's one spark plug. So you need fire, you need air, and then you need a gas for the explosion to happen inside, you know. So if you don't have a good spark, I'm sure this guy is losing a lot of gas because of this. I don't see too much power coming out of this. So I would definitely change it on this one. We're gonna recommend the person to do it. So we move on to here. This is your air filter. So this is your air filter. Alright, let's just take it straight from here. So you can see the air filter. I'll definitely change that. And then this is your air intake here. So if you go down here, there's a throttle cleaner. It's a little bit hard to see it from here, but if you take this tube out, there's a throttle here that we need to get to. I know it's not as convenient, so it's always good to get to that too. Like there's a 10 mil socket here. I gotta take that and I'll show you guys how to clean that one. Okay, it's a little bit tough to get to it, so we gotta move. So if you see here, this is your air intake. So that's where the air intake goes. So sometimes it gets really dirty. If you guys see here, this dark spot, I'll show you how to clean that. This is a clean white rag here we have. Just gonna spray it with some alcohol. These are just alcohol or brake cleaner or whatever. So clean it up good. And here you gotta be careful, because with the ignition off you can access it. So just go like that. You gotta make sure you don't lose your finger in there. But the purpose of this video is for you to be aware of what goes on. You see like how dirty this is? That's how you clean it up until it gets really clean. So after you clean up the throttle body on this particular car we're working on this camera, you don't have to do anything. It will reset itself. Most cars it will do it itself, but some cars like Mazda's or a Nissan, once you clean that, then you have to definitely do a relearn for the idle. But like this is blocking a lot of air going in. That's why you need to clean all that carbon buildup. It's part of the tune-up, part of the maintenance. So this one here, always, like you can see it in most of the cars, I'll say, this sensor here is called mass airflow sensor. They are built in to measure the weight of the air, like by looking at how hot the air is. So it measures the mass of the air, like how much air is going in, because maybe we're gonna show this in a write-in. You gotta have 14.7 gallons of air per 1 gallon of gas. So you gotta keep that ratio going. And that one is kept through this sensor and through your oxygen sensor. I talked about oxygen sensor in other videos. You guys can look it up, or we can make another video about oxygen sensors as well. But we gave introductory, I think, a few months ago about oxygen sensor. But this sensor here is very crucial, because if it's dirty or anything, it might not work. There's a chemical you could use to clean these. We'll show you guys how to do that. This is the mass airflow sensor. There is a special chemical that you could use, but I usually go with any alcohol and let it dry after. So you just clean it up like that. This is what you clean. This is 2 electrical parts over there. So you clean up all that dirt in there, so that way they can read the air coming. And then it has to dry. You have to let it dry before you put it back. Okay. So when it's all done, this car should run up to what the manufacturers set specs, depending on if we have any check engine lights. That means usually you have a problem with some kind of sensors. So if it doesn't have that, then we should be able to have this car running properly and save the guy some gas. Okay, thank you very much guys for watching this video. Till then, peace.